Hello, it is April after Easter. It's actually a Tuesday instead of our typical Monday because that was off. So we're going to meet today on Tuesday and talk a little bit about Google Tasks. Now, there is already a video, a very recent one, on the Tasks page of our doc. I'll show you that right now as I jump into our doc here. If I was going to go to the Technology Services page, and then I went to our support resources where we find everything on this list. It's all alphabetized, of course, so I come down to tasks and I can click on that, and we have a video with an accompanying document right here, and that's going to be able to go through and show you all the neat things you can do with tasks. You can create a task, which is basically like a super duper to-do list that's connected to all your Google apps. You can create those tasks, and then you can have them show up in Gmail and in Calendar and beside your documents, as you'll see in a second here. You can download the Tasks app to your phone and use it there as well. And you can make multiple different lists of tasks. So you can have sort of a projects one or like a day-to-day tasks, or you could even make one for just stuff to remember. Whatever kind of tasks lists you might need to do with, subtasks and dates and all kinds of cool things connected there. But one thing that was not included, this is just a January video, it's not long ago, but one thing that they have added now with the sort of smart canvas and smart chips inside of docs is the way to actually assign tasks to people from within a document. Now, I did talk about this a little bit just the other day. If we go to the Tech Talk website, Tech Talk page, I should say, of our doc, which of course is linked right off of the Tech Services page here. I can go there, and just a couple weeks ago, we did a video on smart chips, and so there's some documents here to help with that, and then a video that goes through how these chips work. So I did talk about it here, but for today, since you're here, of course, I'm going to go ahead and show you the piece that is missing from the current tasks video, and then I'll post, this and the tasks video up on Tech Talk as well, so you get both. But I want to show you this part here. If I go blank document for a second, this is the part that's, like I say, missing from the tasks video, is where we now have the option, perfect, popped up. It says tap at to insert. And these are the smart chips. So this I went over in the smart chips video. Of course, if I just do shift 2, I get that at symbol and I get this drop down. So it was all these different things that we went through in that particular video. But right now, I want to focus specifically on this one right here, task. Because what we're looking at, and I'll just back up a step too, is when I come to the right side of my screen here and I look at this little circle with the check in it, I can pop open a tasks list here. There we go. And I've got a few different tasks lists to work with. I'm going to go ahead and just create a new one for right now. Demo. There we go. So I can add any old task here. I can say I need to, I don't know, make a tasks video. And I can add some details in there if I need to, things I want to talk about. I can add a little subtask about, and then remember to post the video, whatever. Little subtasks within the task itself. And there's a date and time option. So when I add that, it's going to be able to show up on my calendar as a task that way and remind me and pop up on my phone and all that fun stuff that I talked about in the other video. The piece we're missing though, the reason we're here today, I'm going to go at on this document and I'm going to come down to task. And immediately I get these options here. So the title for my task in this particular document might be to, I don't know, I'm going to email the principal. If I'm a teacher in a school, I need to email the principal about a particular field trip I want to go on or something. Oop, got to type that properly. There we go. And I'm going to assign that to, in this case, myself. So Chris, and I'll give it a date as well. Let's say I want to get that done tomorrow. And I'll assign this as a task. Well, because I've assigned it as a task, I know that that is now going to show up on Chris Tyndale's task list. So let's see if did it go to my like primary tasks list? Where did that go? Let's see. Back to here maybe. No. Okay, I know it's assigned. I know it's going to show up tomorrow. Let's go see if I find it on my calendar. calendar. And do I have tasks turned on? I believe I do. Where is it? Come on, see, they're all loaded. There's tasks right there. And there's email principal. So I can see that that did in fact show up. And it went to my tips and tricks list. That's why I didn't find it right away. I don't know why, but that's what it did. So let me just name this. Maybe this is one big document that I'm going to do that's, you know, we'll call that long range plans. Because there's going to be lots of different tasks that I put on this particular document. And it could be, I mean, all kinds of stuff, obviously. As I go down here, that can, you know, it's a regular document. I can do whatever I want with it. But because I've got a tasks list in here that I've assigned to myself, and in this case, on the apparently tips and tricks list, there it is, it showed up there. And when it showed up, it says tomorrow and it says untitled document. Well, I just named the document. So I'll bet if I were to come back here for a second and just hit refresh, not only will I see it on the calendar at the time or at the date that I specified, but I'm also going to see the document that it's actually connected to. There's email principal as a task. Long range plans is the name of the document. I can go to my actual task list over on the side here if I wanted to check it out there, and I'd see email principal. So even if I had my tasks turned off on my calendar, I'd still see it over on my tasks list. And yes, it's tomorrow. I can also click this long range plans link now. It's going to take me right back to that same document. So I can see what else I need to do related to that particular task. I'll get myself out of there. Perfect. And maybe I've got some other things to do. Maybe there's, I don't know, update duty schedule. And then because I haven't assigned that yet, I'm just creating it as, you know, part of this checkbox list. As soon as I hover over one of these little checkbox marks, this task mark, I can click it. I can pick somebody else. I'll go with Monique this time. And I won't bother with the date. I'll assign this as a task. And it's going to let me know here right now, okay, I can immediately, because I've shared this, or not shared, because I've included her in this document, it's giving me the option immediately to share this file with her so that she can see what these tasks are that I've created for her. I'm going to cancel that for right now because obviously she doesn't need to see the nonsense I'm creating. But this is the bonus tip that I said would not actually be in that task video simply because it didn't exist yet for us when I created that video. So we can do this now, which is pretty cool. I can create a list if this was a meeting agenda or minutes from a meeting, or again, long range plans or any kind of planning that I'm doing for an event, or assignments, or really anything at all that where I need to assign tasks to people, assign things for them to do. And then as these get checked, let me pull up my list again here real quick. If I say, you know what, I did that task, I've emailed the principal and I mark that as complete, there, it just disappeared from my list there. Which means if I were to scroll to the absolute bottom, I have completed. I can come down to my completed and I can see it right there if I needed to. Same thing, of course, when I come back to my calendar, it's gone from there as well. And I will actually see it. Oh, they did that a little different. It's actually removed itself from here. Or no, it didn't. Of course, I left this unchecked. Sorry, you can't see with my head in the way. There's my tasks list, and I unchecked that earlier in that little demonstration I was doing. So if I check that again, there we go. This is what a finished task will look like. Let me go ahead and turn off a few of these other things here. So a completed task is going to look like that. So it's grayed out now, it's already passed, and it's done, and the line has been struck through it. If for some reason I realized I hadn't actually done that yet, I could always mark it as uncompleted. It's going to pop back up here. It's going to pop back up on my little side panel, and it should uncheck itself, yep, from this list here. So they're all dynamic and they're all connected that way. So hopefully that helps you out with all of your upcoming tasks.